don't. We just don't. Oh.
Oh, and we are live. Hello there. Welcome to that 6+++ show. And I'm your host, Scrivo, tonight. As you can see, there is no Tom. There's no Chris.
Yay!
So us idiots get to run the show, which is brilliant, right? And tonight I'm joined by a cast of players, some might say, because they are Eldar scum, in that of Ben and Rob. How are you both?
You go ahead, Rob.
I'm good. Having an existential crisis during the week, trying to decide if I'm going to bring Drukhari or Eldari to Nottingham. And I had one game with Eldari, a game that I should have won. Absolutely fucked it. So, so I'm taking Drukhari.
And you'll get a 10-10, right?
And I'll get 10-10s all day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Singles wins, teams draws. Yeah.
Just.
This is the
That's
way.
the plan. That is the plan.
Right. So, how are you, Ben?
I'm good, thanks, John. I've just come back from holiday, actually. I got back
Oh,
late last night. It was delightful. I got some sea air in the lungs. I drank too many beers. It was wonderful. But I have spent today doing all the horrible catch-up on the housework, post-holiday rubbishness that you have to do. So I've been drowning in washing and putting clothes away and horrible
have to-
stuff.
did you have to put your trash jerseys into the bottom of the drawer for good now?
They are
Right?
in the drawer. They're locked away. I was tempted to burn them as something slightly symbolic, but I thought that might be too far. But so they are still in a drawer, hidden away, not washed because I'm not wasting my time on that.
Not any more time anyway.
Yeah.
Right, before we get into the beef of it for this episode, let's go through some self-promotion. Some say that we're probably the best at it, but Chris isn't here, so we're going to do a very middling job at it instead. So this week we have had, since last week's show, we had TTS Fight Night on Thursday. You can watch that back. We had captain of Team Scotland, Innes Wilson, against vice captain of Team England, Nassim Fashane, playing some rather silly Warhammer. And it was interesting to see Warp Talons doing Warp Talon things and watching Innes age in live camera. You watch him just slowly become more and more shriveled from the stress. So that's a good one to watch back. We also have a bite-sized battle report going live tomorrow. That is Davey with the Subterranean Tyranids detachment against some Votan. I think it's I want to say Needguard.
Possibly.
Maybe. They're all the
Dwarves?
same to me. They just count a lot and get grudging. I'm probably getting grudged right now for that. And we've also got a video this week coming out about the Battle of Britain from last month, where Jack came and kind of filmed a little documentary about members of the Plus, finding out about what happens at the Battle of Britain, where it's kind of all the home nations kind of go together and kind of pull their new resources, seal their new recruits, and then Jack did some nice interviews with people, so that should be a nice bit of footage to kind of look at. And then I think we've got an Imperial Knights video from Alex coming out at the end of the week as well, which will probably make me want to buy an Imperial Knights army again, which I think is probably a mistake. But
Never.
just put spikes on it, right? There we go. Audio's a little low. Oh, I better turn me up. I turned myself down because last week it was a bit too loud, so... Right, there we go. It's out today. Oh, there we go. The battle report was out today. There we go. How do I sound now, chat? I've put it to maximum. There we go. Cool.
You sound good.
Sounds good.
To you guys, I always sound good, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
It's the weird thing of like the live audio always sounds worse. And then I guess I've got a little bit of sneaky self-promotion to do as well. So we, as some of you guys may be aware, I'm part of Team Wales. I'm the co-captain this year for WTC. We are running a fundraising event on the 10th and 11th of January at Firestorm Games in Cardiff, doing 5-man teams. So if you go to the Firestorm website, you can get a ticket, and all of the proceeds will go towards making Team Wales be able to have whatever swag we need to get ourselves to Belgium next year. So it'll be really helpful, and it'll be a really good weekend. I know that a couple of the Plus are already going, like I think Jack Ash is already bringing a team along, which is gonna be fun because they have a bar and Jack's there, so we know it's gonna end in trouble, right? But yeah, that'll be really cool to see some of you guys there. Have you guys got anything else you want to kind of plug whilst we're here? Because it's kind of sometimes nice to do, right?
I mean, I've just recorded my last trash ITT event report with Trash of Ash, or Ash of Trash. That's probably the right way around to say
Ash Fart, as I call
it.
it.
Yes, that is the one. So that'll be coming out probably next week now, I would imagine, after editing
Cool.
and such.
So we're busy beavers.
We are busy people.
Yeah. All right, should we get on to the meat of it? And actually, let's quickly see in the chat if anyone's posted anything, because that's the thing we should do. Interaction is important on live streams, right, after all. So, Chazza Watts is in the chat saying, good evening, gents. Looking forward to this one. Seeing you guys on Saturday. He's coming to, in fact, that's another point to make. We have had 6++ invitationals this year. We've had 4 of them, each seasonal. Each time a different colour, where you eventually build an infinity gauntlet of 3-inch measurement gauges. And Chaz is coming to this one on Saturday at Darkfire Cafe. It's sold out, but we are going to be posting in the next few days a schedule of next year's season, where there will be 4 events again, but there's going to be something different to it. But I'll save that for the announcement. It'll be cool to see. They won't be called invitationals either, I think, but we'll get to that. There we go. And then John Black was pointing out my audio. So thank you, John. It's very appreciative, because otherwise I would have spent the whole time talking really quietly and it would have really bothered me. Yeah, right. I guess we should get into the meat of it then. So the topic was decided before it wasn't us 3. So it's actually one where this is more of a work in progress, I think. So this is game-ending mistakes and how we will try to avoid them in a game of 40k. So I'll start because I've got the list and I'm in charge. So you've got to do what I'm saying, right? My first one. Sorry, I'm going to keep coughing, so I'm going to have to drink some water. My first one is bringing awful units. So when I first got back into the hobby, it was we'd all bring our own armies that we had just what we owned. And as it kind of expanded and spiraled, and everyone has all the different cool units and can be quite more tailored, knowing, I'll bring some more anti-tank because you're bringing a lot of tanks type of thing. It got to a certain point where I was playing where I'd been to events, my local scene wasn't really event friendly, so I would turn up and bring a bad list just to kind of hopefully tone it down, but I was often doing it to too much of an extreme. And then I'd do it with an event as well, where I'd go, cool, I really want to take a Squiggoth. I'm going to a GT, I'm going to take a Squiggoth, because I think I can make it work. Spoilers, guys, I didn't make it work.
No.
And all I ended up doing was I kept trying to think I was being clever and innovative, but in reality, all I was doing was making myself quite miserable at an event. So to me, sometimes it's reading the room and looking at, when I go to an event, or even like a pickup game, sense check and kind of pick the tone and understand, like, does your opponent want to get a tournament practice game in, or does he just want to bring some Legends stuff out? Like, it's that discussion, right? Like, if you're going to an event, you probably know you shouldn't just bring shite. And if you're going to, unless you're like some top tier person that's going to be in the podiums anyway, you're probably not going to leverage it very well anyway. So
I think that's not to say, like, don't take a favourite unit.
yeah,
but like
a unit when it's a quarter of
measure
your army
it right.
to half of it. Yeah, that's the point, right?
Yeah, that is exactly it.
I think it's like setting your own expectations. You can't take something crazy and go, I'm going to podium. But if you take something different, like my last year, I've been taking stuff that isn't Drukhari just for development effectively. And I've gone, just going, cool, I might go 2-3 because I do not know how to play this.
And to be fair, measuring it based on that is quite unhealthy at times, because if you think about it, the field is so much more competitive in the last sort of 5-6 years that thinking, I can get 3-2 with any list, it's probably not going to happen, right? Like, even the people that are coming to an event and it's like their first or second event, they're kicking butt. Like, the standard is there. So you need all the help you can get, really. So Ben, what is your first on your list?
So let's go with reserves. So either having too many reserves or not enough reserves / no reserves. So I'm going to start with too many reserves. I think I have fallen prey to this trap before. I've rocked up with my lovely squishy 15 Scourge list into a guard, indirect fire, Aquilon massed list and gone, you know what, it's fine, I'll just put 1,000 points in reserve. Nothing could ever go wrong with this. And then he's gone first. He's took the half of the army that was on the table, and then pushed out and completely screamed me out of the game. And then I can't bring any reserves in, and I have lost immediately because I was too scared to lose a couple of units to some indirect.
Yeah.
That is bad. That will lose you games. And I've done it myself. There's a Tau player I play sometimes, and he did the same. He put like 500 to 1,000 points in reserves. I killed what was on the table over the first 2 turns, and then he just couldn't arrive anywhere, and that's the game done from there. But on the flip to that, I think you can go in with some armies, I will say. I think you can go in with not enough stuff in reserves. I think sometimes you want something as an ingress threat to keep somebody honest and say, yeah, well, you are physically going to have to screen, because if not, I will take your home objective, or I'll do this fun action thing in your deployment zone and score me a load of points. So I think it is a case of finding a fine balance with that. And perhaps understanding the damage profiles and the speed of the opponent's army that you're playing with. Something really fast. You probably don't want an awful lot in reserves, because they will just screen you out.
Yeah, I tend to pick, when I'm building a list, what I'm intending to put in reserve generally.
Yes.
And what it's for. So if I put Deathwing Knights in the sky, that's because they're an ingress threat that comes in to be a counterpunch. Or some jump pack guys, that's because they need to go and do some scoring stuff. They need to reach somewhere that I might not get. So it's giving them rolls, right? Rather than just going, I'm putting it defensively up in the sky, and then, it's going to rapid ingress in the open. Cool. And they sort of just left it in the open anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Oh god, you could alpha me turn 1. Here's all my stuff in reserves. Oh, I've lost anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And in a very timely fashion, Rob, what's your first one?
I was going to do my other one. I'm going to do the other one because it kind of ties into
the curveball.
The curveball. It's about aggression. So knowing when to be aggressive, it kind of ties into the reserves. Because when you pick your reserves, that kind of sets tempo for when you're going to have a go turn. So I know for myself, I'm a very defensive player, naturally. Like to just trade and stuff, but knowing when to actually push, it's a game-ending thing. When your opponent has a big push turn and you're like, cool, I am fighting in my deployment zone for 3 turns and I'm not going to score any points. You're like, okay, this is how you need to be aggressive. And I find it a very hard thing to learn. Some people are natural at it, but a lot of people, I think it's very counterintuitive just to jam your whole army at someone, except half of yours is going to die, but they're stuck where they are.
That's something I'm still currently challenging myself with, because I've played such a defensive army in Dark Angels for like a year or 2. I'm now having to go, right, I'm orcs. I get 1 turn to really smash.
Yep.
Which one? I keep getting it wrong. I either go a turn too early or a turn too late. So it's finding that sweet spot, right?
It is.
It is. Yes.
And different factions you're flaying into can affect that, right? That's the hardest one. It's like knowing the go turn when you're going into something that will hit you harder if you don't go at the right time. It's just not the one.
It's when your army needs to go into every matchup, and it changes, like you say, for every faction. It's a very nuanced. It seems simple when people go just full send. You're like, okay, cool, what the fuck does that mean? But it's very nuanced, and it is interesting to try and figure out. And you have to learn by just doing it and losing a lot as well. I think.
100%. Yeah.
So more of the games recently I've lost in a way that I've gone, okay, I can pick apart the different places where I've made a mistake, and then you go, how can I avoid that next time? That's the important thing, right?
What if I did something completely different? I had a game the other night against Chris Radford, his Orcs, and I got first turn, and I just went, if I just send Lilith and Hellions at you turn 1, what happens if I just kill the Gazbrick and picked up the Gazbrick turn 1? I was like, okay, this is actually a game now. That turned into a horrible matchup into a very good one now. And it's just having a look at those kind of interactions.
And it's knowing that that's the thing that out of its go turn, that thing will just die if you can get an angle at it. So
it's important, isn't it, to some armies? Like actually with the Orc mashup as well, in like something like Warhorde, where they've got that fight on death. Sometimes actually pushing them a bit earlier, where they don't have those resources to clap back immediately, can just be so game changing for you.
So this is the one time you haven't WAR'd, and you're not going to have an invulnerable save. I guess I go now.
Yeah, exactly that, right?
And I had it at ITT where I was playing into one of the Irish vets, Pierce, and he threw Dante into the Gazbrick, knowing defensively I had no answer to that. And he went, right, start of the fight phase. Please take a battleshock test. And I went, uh-oh. Guess who failed all the battleshock tests? This guy. Yeah. So it's knowing that those sorts of situations as well, right? Like using those tools to leverage things. Like I'm gonna stream about that every night now.
You should.
It's the best. So we swing back round to me again.
We're on you, Scrivo.
So this is one I think we've all experienced, which is deploying like a potato. So I call it that because it's literally go, I'll just put things here, just about that'll do type of situation. And the amount of times I've set up and deployed, first game of a GT, and I'm like, cool, I feel pretty safe here. And then someone goes, right, I can see that dreadnought, you've got it sticking out just a little bit over there. And I'm like,
Oh.
So and then also, as well as that, there's the other angle of, if this unit's deployed very defensively here, very safe, what's it doing turn 1? What's it doing turn 2? What's it doing turn 3?
What if I go first and the defensiveness is a downside?
And you need to be in specific places, so it's looking at where things need to be deployed and for what purpose. So I still do this every game. I go, combi left 10, 6 inches from the middle, done. It's going to stop your area denial. If I'm playing Stormlance, it's got a reactive move, so it's going to be relatively safe-ish. It's those sorts of planning for preventing scoring and also giving your scoring, right? Because it's a double, kind of a double winner, right? If you stop them scoring, it's making your score, you do score, kind of grow, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it can be you can just lose games in deployment, and you need to have a proper plan for what you want to do with those units. Yeah.
And if it's quick stuff, great, you can fix it relatively easy, but you can't always be advanced and charging. I've learnt this the hard way. Sometimes you have to walk like a peasant.
Oh, no. Oh, 6 inches. No.
6. If you're Terminator, you go 5 inches. It's just like, I'm going to shuffle to you. Come back, Eldar. Oh, no.
Oh, they're gone.
So John Black in the chat has said, I bet most of the times I get aggression choices wrong are when I didn't understand the specific matchup on the mission with the go first, go second. Those things have a big number of permutations. Completely fair. Like the amount of times I've lost a game heavily because it's the first time I've played a faction as well means you just don't understand the matchup. So you either undervalue it or completely overvalue it and you're scared of it. Like the first time I played World Eaters, I stayed back and I was like, if I just hit him in the mouth straight off, probably would have been a better game.
Yeah. I think mission as well, as he says, like there's no point in being defensive if you go first on purge. Just send at them.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to set that tempo.
Yeah.
Especially if they can't kill more if you've killed all of their stuff.
Exactly. Just accept they
Especially
can
later
kill
on.
more. Just make sure you take a chunk out of them first.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's about understanding those sorts of things, and also maybe not risking. Say if it's something where holding 2 objectives scores you 10, and that's as much you get, like Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to be fighting over the middle turn 1 for that. Pointless.
Yeah.
So. Right, and then looping back round to you, Ben. We're going through these quite quickly. I think we might actually have a really quick one. We'll have to come up with some other ideas, yeah.
Maybe someone in chat wants to throw some ideas.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
And we can give our opinions on it.
Yeah. Maybe if they super chat them for us.
Oh my
that'd be even
gosh,
better.
Ben, you're so
I may
good at
even
this.
just not do my next one if they were to do that. But
that sounds perfect. So get in the chat, do a super chat,
and we will finish the stream right now.
And if we get 10 super chats in the stream, we've actually got a goal that we'll do a hobby hangout stream in December. So, which would be quite cool. Watch you and get beautiful elves from both of you, probably.
Yeah, probably. Rob more beautiful than me, though, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
3. I'm battle ready now. Battle ready. That's my.
That's my aim. Always my aim. Battle ready. Yeah. That's it. Right, so my next one, I went with asset protection.
Oh.
Now, this is off of the back of what I would class as an awful ITT for myself, where, I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
I made mistakes. I got 20'd nearly twice. It was sad. I cried a little bit at night. Everyone bullied me about it. It was sad. But what I mean by this, my specific scenario and examples were basically I'm losing that big 10 Fire Dragon and Fuegan brick far too easily, giving it up, being like, cool, I'm going to throw it at you. I'm going to kill 1, maybe 2 units of stuff that I don't like. And it could be fairly tough, resilient stuff. And that's fine. But then it just dies. And then I have no answer for the rest of this tough, resilient stuff that they absolutely love killing. So I think having an understanding of your opponent's output and which assets in your army are there to deal with certain factors of your opponent's army, and making sure that you can keep them around for a good few turns and keep them firing for multiple turns, or have built-in multiple redundancies on these sorts of outputs. Because I say, like, things like the fire and fade back into your transport, reactive moves after getting shot, using things like that to protect them can absolutely save a game for you. But just letting them be killed immediately for what is probably a trade down, in the case of my specific scenario, every time that they died, it's just really bad. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's kind of how I think one of Tom's things he coaches a lot is it's material, primary, secondary, isn't it? There is three kind of metrics to measure, and if you're not getting that material right, which is getting your trades right and killing what you have and having answers for what they have at later game, that's what you need to do.
Even if it comes at the cost. So I had a good example at LGT where Azrael and his Sturgar came out, shot into their oath target, didn't really kind of respect the fact that Lord of Change could just spit at me or whatever the heck that big bird does. I lost a lot of them to it, and I was like, well, actually, if I'd thought about this clearly, I wouldn't have peppered that unit first, and the next turn I would have had the resource to throw into both of them, and it was just like, it's those sorts of things, like getting a bit of damage out just for the sake of it, when in reality it's at risk. It's never worth it, really. Like, unless it's you're just clutching at straws, desperately trying to score points in the embers of a game. Yeah, not worth it.
100%.
Yeah, so it's you, Rob, now.
So my one, time management. So I am self-confessed bad at time. I generally take far too long in the first 3 turns, because with my factions, if you get movement wrong, you lose. So I generally have 10 minutes left at the game, and it has cost me games. It's the way I've chosen to play, and I'm trying to fix it now, which I am getting better at. But yeah, I've lost games. I remember playing Chris Langford against a Catan, and I had, I think, 30 seconds on the clock for my turn 5. I had the game in the bag, just did a couple of movements, got one of them wrong. He got assassinated on a character, and I lost because it was completely avoidable just because I didn't have the time. So just actually planning out your time and planning your movement phase in your turn, in your opponent's turn. If you don't do that, then you suddenly go, cool, clock's on me. Fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And you lose all this time that you could have just had to generate all your plans. And when it gets to your turn, you just measure everything out and go, done, 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 done. Roll your dice, and you can sit there and start formulating your next plan during your opponent's next turn.
This kind of ties into when to be aggressive, not aggressive, right? So as you're watching your opponent's turn unfold, you should be able to kind of sit there and go, right, now that's not been as effective over that side. I can leverage that. And then it's then at that situation you go, right, there's this point where I can go, right, I can do some ingress there as well and kind of push that even further. And it's that kind of like watching the dominoes kind of drop almost and reacting. So you don't, like you said, like the amount of times I've been in a round, gone, I'll just sit down and stare at the table. Like their turn isn't a passive turn, right? Yeah. Like you should be standing up, looking at the angles, seeing what you can't spot as well. Because the amount of times I've done a turn, done my whole plan, and then stood up, walked around the table, and gone, there's a unit there.
There's something in that ruin.
That's that thing I hadn't planned for, and it's still there.
Oh god, no. That Odysseus going to heroic intervene. Oh god.
It's the worst, right? It's those sorts of situations where it's like sometimes almost taking your time as well. Like there was a game, I played a TTS scrim game on Sunday, and I just went, right, you've gone into me quite hard here. I need to deal with you. You've given me some good charges. He gave me a good charge. He didn't give me multiple good charges. So I warred way too early. And it was because I just went, I didn't think it through. I just ran in because I was like, I need to do damage. It's like, no. If I'd thought about it and waited one more turn, different game.
Could have pounced everywhere.
Yeah. So it's just measuring. That was the big one for that. So I think if you're taking your time, it needs to be not over measuring stuff, but going, right, is this the right time to go? Because you can...
Yeah, it's being active when you're not the active player, and then it's not all reactive when it gets to your turn, I think. Yeah. That is the big thing, isn't it?
And you shouldn't be worried about your opponents seeing what you're measuring and planning for, because they should spot that themselves. And if they're not, you shouldn't be hiding that from them at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It should be like, cool, that's quite clear that's what you're going to try to do because it's the right play.
Yeah. So it's like you're screening your backfield. The amount of times in ITT every round's like you kind of start your movement phase, you go to your opponent. Have you screened your backfield? Like I think I have, and if they haven't, you go, cool, just shuffle that around.
Just nudge it, yeah.
Don't-
Like,
yeah,
there's
just
no
nudge
way
it.
you plan to have your arms sticking out. Stop,
Yeah.
stop it. I'm not going to kill you that way. If I lose a game because someone stuck my arm out, like stuck their arm out, and win the game because they stuck their arm out, I'm just like, no, that feels
No, it's rotate a bit.
pointless, right? Just
Yeah.
move it.
Doesn't
not how we play. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually run out on our lists, guys. So
Should we-
has anyone got
should
any in the bank ready? Extra.
Oh, I sent one in this chat. What was it? It was one of the other ones.
I think we did.
Yeah, planning turns ahead. So it's kind of encompasses all the ones
Yeah.
we've talked about. It's kind of an overarching one. So it is being proactive in your opponent's turn and just when you move things, move them with intent. So I guess first round, Scriver, you were talking about secondaries. Just make sure you've got things that are ready to area denial. Make sure you're in a place to either score primary or knock people off primary. Scoring 5 points primary is good, but denying someone 5 points of primary is better because it's reliable. But yeah, it's just thinking about what you're going to do. Do I want to push the next turn? Do I want to get to this staging point? Do I want to have pressure? Do I want to keep this unit for turn 4 when it can just move up and just nuke something or score some primary and be a lone op out of sight? Yeah.
No, I like that.
I've got another one.
Yes.
I'm cooking up some more.
So there's this thing called command points.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's the temptation where you go, right, I don't think I need any CP here. Sod it, this charge is a 6. I fudged it up. It's not mission critical, but I'm going to re-roll it anyway. And then the next turn you go, really could have done with that CP. So it's that management of CP, I think, is one of those big ones that, especially early in the game where you're like, cool, I've got lots of it. I've rolled extra ones because my grots have generated, or Azrael's on the table and he's generated it, and you've got all this stuff sitting there and you're going, cool, I can do all this stuff. But in the embers, like the end half of the game, CP becomes such a fragile thing to actually have.
Yeah.
Just wasting it on a reroll, especially if it's like, I'm going to reroll this 9-inch charge. Why?
No.
Why? No, John.
Or that single damage Dark Lance you've gone, and then you just wait 30 seconds thinking about it, you know it's going to be a 1 again.
Oh, yes.
The longer you
Oh my
wait, the
goodness.
chances go down.
Chazza Watts in the chat has actually said CP management as another perhaps, and I'm like, oh, he's listening to my brain. And he said about needless overwatches. That's the other big one. Like looking at unless you've got full rerolls or some sort of way of making your kind of Overwatch vaguely reliable, it's not worth it. Like
Yeah, it
I
is.
keep doing it. It's just not
Do you know
worth it.
Do you know what I've started doing now? I've started going, oh, I'm going to Overwatch, and say to my opponent, I'm not going to Overwatch, I'm going to roll it. And then just to reinforce that it's a bad idea.
Yeah. So I'm not going to reroll this charge, but I'm going to roll it to see it, and then you go, oh, it would have been success.
Yeah. Oh, it hurts. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. It's the
Yeah.
best.
The CP management kind of, it goes across to factions have like other resources as well. Like Drukhari have pain tokens, Eldari have their
Battle focus.
I call them bullshit tokens. I forget what
They
call
are
them.
bullshit.
Bullshit
Battle
tokens.
focus tokens. Yeah.
Battle focus.
They've got a real name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or savoir. It is the balance of all that. You need to know when you're going to use them and what effects. Like, cool. I'm gonna another Drukhari example. These Scourge, turn 1, they can see something. I don't particularly care if it dies, but I'm hitting on 4s and I could have rerolls. You're gonna have a 4-up save, but I could just kill you. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Never gonna work. Oh God, bloody scared.
And shout out to Nightbot in the chat. I have spent all week trying to get Nightbot to
Is he
work.
back?
And he's back working.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is he not banned anyone yet?
Oh, probably. Probably why Tom's not here. Nightbot probably banned
Tom.
Tom.
Just
Yeah.
banned Tom and Chris.
He's still in the lobby
Top-
waiting to get in.
Tom went out to get a pint of milk and he never came back.
So I've actually got another one. I've
Oh.
thought of something. So it wasn't necessarily game losing, but this again based on a specific example of a practice game I played the other night. So I was playing my Eldar into his Space Wolves. He's in Stormlance, so he can advance and charge everywhere. We were playing
And
on
fall back.
Yeah, exactly. We were playing on UKTC Crucible on Persia Foe. So, you know, it's not great for me being on Persia Foe. I'm still Eldar, I still have bullshit. Like, it's probably not really going to matter all that much. But That's the point. And I deployed, I lined all my banshees up in front of everything basically, and he sat there with a brick of 6 Thunderwolf Cav, and he's like, I can't charge you because 5 banshees and Jane's are fight first. And I'm like, yeah, but just think about that for a second, because they're all anti-infantry. What are Thunderwolf cavalry? Not. They're not infantry. Long and short, he did end up charging it after he sat. He was like, actually, this is quite hard for them to chew through. You are sitting there on 4 pinballs as well. I maybe kill like 1.5, 2 on a good day, maybe 3. And then you still just clap them back with Thunderhammers to the face.
And the wolves would probably kill Jane'Zar
Yeah,
themselves, not the Thunderhammers, the wolves.
Exactly. And it was just sitting back and being like, yes, fight first is scary, but into that specific profile, is it scary enough to stop you just pushing me and getting rid of that threat? And then in the end, he just sent his whole army anyway, and I was like, all right, cool, fine. There we go.
Looks
I
like
can only
I'll
fight
just
first
roll
in one
over
place,
them.
right?
So that was an hour game?
It was a pretty quick game, because it turns out Jane'Zar and 5 Banshees did in fact clap all the Thunderwolves. It was really unfortunate, but the theory was
That's not maths.
That's not math. The theory was correct, but the
But that's another good
dice
kind of
were like
thing.
no,
Is understanding the output of a unit,
and
because
that's it, isn't it?
just even knowing like the vague profile of what they can achieve, and knowing because they've got an army rule that says they get like Death Guard, knowing they've got lethals coming out their backside, just like, okay, doesn't matter what toughness my stuff is. It's like knowing and appreciating that makes the difference.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of what Ben's opponent did. Said, what happens here? How many do you kill about on average?
Just
What
math
do you
it out.
think?
Be like,
And they
hitting on
go 4.
threes.
You go, cool.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, let's do this. And usually,
Acceptable.
usually you just have a chat with your opponent. And you go, what's going to happen here likely?
Yeah.
And I
The
don't
amount
think
of
I've
times
had
that
anyone
happens.
say no.
No, just go right. 20 attacks, hitting on 3s, slightly more than 10 go through, and then wounding on X, and it's suddenly you just go, okay, I've got an answer there, and then you make half your saves, boom, 3 attacks go through. Is it worth it? Probably not. Done.
And that's it. And like the guy was talking himself out of even going that turn. It was turn 3. Like he needed to go. He needed to push me. He needed to make something happen based on that one unit. And it's like, well, actually, just don't care. Just go. Just send. It will be fine.
There we go. There's another one off that. Is talking your way out of wins. I have a bad habit of this. It's probably a good trait, but a bad habit. Is when someone's having, should I go? And you're like, no, you shouldn't. Or, yeah, yes, you definitely should. Yeah.
I never appreciate when my opponent goes, should I go? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you the real answer.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, and then they tell me what they're going to do, and I go, I think that's the right answer.
Oh,
because I can't tell them. I'm like, I can't say to you, yeah, you should go. And it's like, no, I don't want you to go. I don't really want you to go. Please don't. Don't touch me.
No, I had it before. I was playing an Eldar mirror, well, Drakari into Eldar, and he had the Death Jester in there, and he was just floundering around with it at the back. And I was like, why don't you actually come forward and try and snipe my Archon out of the court? Like, why don't you do something with it? Because like back there, it's not even screening at that point. He had like a big 10 brick of Guardian screening. I was like, what was it actually doing back there? And so the very next turn, he did that, and the Archon died immediately to this Death Jester, and I was really sad that I lost the game because the court just fell apart. And I was like,
You get good guy points. It's all right.
Yeah, it's good guy points. It was fine.
Yeah.
I felt good inside about that one.
That's how I justify all my losses. I'm like, I was the good guy in that game, right?
I did the right thing.
God, it hurts.
I think another one. I've come up with another one because I made this mistake the other night. Take your time with your activations.
Yes.
So I was playing New Victrix Guard, and they were in the middle. I was like, cool, this is my opportunity to pounce on them with some dragons. There was only like 2 Victrix Guard and Calgar left. I was like, all right, this is my perfect opportunity. Get on them, get them off the board. Don't have to worry about them, no problem. So I've moved my Hawks over. I've chucked some mortal wounds in first, and that's all been fine. And I was like, cool, right, shooting. So I shot on one side of the board and then came back to the middle. I was like, oh, this Victrix Guard's only on 1 wound. I'll just try and plonk it off with this swooping Hawk unit. Having sat my Fire Dragons with Fuegan an inch away from them. So I shot with my Hawk unit. Lo and behold, did not take that 1 wound off. And then suddenly that 10 Fire Dragon and Fuegan Brick did not activate. And I was like, oh no. Oh, I have made a massive error here. So being aware of what your opponent can do reactively and being mindful when you're activating, remind yourself first, be like, what do they do again? I'm looking at this, I want to activate. If I shoot this, what can they do? Not go, I'm going to shoot this, kill that one Victrix guard, and then open up into your Fire Dragons, because you're going to have a very sore surprise.
When Bloodlust kicks in and
Yeah.
a bit of all. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I have been looking at Green Tide just to have a Blood Surge move, just because I want to play something that
Good.
runs at people.
Yeah.
Because I can't paint my World Eaters quick enough.
Such a good rule. Such a good rule.
Oh, they'll get rid of it in 11th edition, no doubt.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah. All right.
Anyone
I
else
think-
cooked anything else?
Oh, I had one, and then it went.
Have we got one from John Black here?
Yeah, he's gone. Make sure you know your rules and tricks. Data sheet abilities and detachment rules. You've paid for it with points. The last thing you need to do is forget. Reason X cost X points for things like Fights First and Feel No Pains. Very valid point. The amount of times I've had a bit of war gear that I've put in, like an enhancement, because I've gone, right, I've got a spare 15 points. I'll put that on that guy. And at the end of the event, I go, I spent the entire ITT with an enhancement on a war boss. Can't even tell you which one it had because I didn't use it. It's awful when you think about it.
We had a bit of a meme about that with the Drakari, with the
which
Reaper's
one?
Wager one, that you could get extra pain tokens if you killed something on an objective.
Yeah,
think
there was
between-
this Sky
I think
Splinter one.
Was it Sky Splinter? Like
It
between
was 10 points, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, no one remembered. We got a
Yeah.
chat with about 6, 7 Archons, and I think no one has ever remembered to use it.
No. It sits, we have 10 points left.
So
It
niche.
sits on an Archon, and
Yeah.
you just forget that it exists.
Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, definitely. You need to remember all your things. I know that's one of my issues with playing Eldar is going, okay, I need to remember to use my reactives and
So much reactive stuff to do.
yeah,
Isn't it?
and you have to do it. You have to be really active in your opponent's turn for it. But yeah, it is making sure you're making the most of your rules.
I think a way to help remedy this is something I've been trying to do more and more is when you do change and iterate a list, changing small increments of it. So if
Yes.
it is new stuff, don't just replace everything you're familiar with and just going, well, that's not working. I'll put all this stuff in. Because then you're starting from scratch having that kind of understanding as well. Because like the amount of times I've played a game and gone, those Breaker Boys, they've got reroll charges. That would have been handy at the beginning of the game when they made that charge and failed it. Cool, because I've played them not before. So it's like knowing those things because you've played them a few times, especially going to an event. Like going in and you've played it once. Like that's not understanding how a data sheet works.
Try and reduce the mental load when you're at an event.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I feel like we're actually probably going to have one of the shortest episodes we've
Too
ever
efficient.
done.
We are short.
Because we talked it through. Although we have lots of experience of things going wrong and ending games quite quickly and kind of being a loss, right?
I mean, it's
That's
on
what we've
theme,
all done.
right? It is on theme. It's spot on.
Well, that is unfortunately the way that the game goes half of the time, at least in theory. So, what other gems can I think of? Like, there must be something that we're missing. Like, I don't know about you guys.
One
but
that
I'm-
I've seen a lot.
Yeah. Oh yes.
One
Ben,
that I've
say
seen
this.
a lot. Not scoring your own games. I know this isn't necessarily like like a game-ending mistake,
It can be though.
but yeah, not having an understanding of where the score is in front of you and just relying on your opponent to score for you is crazy. Because how do you know how many points you're behind, how many points you're ahead, how comfortable you are? Like if you're just asking at the end of the battle round, "Oh, what's the score?" Cool. You don't know how much primary you've got, how much secondary you've got, like what you need to be picking up or doing.
And
in
what
that
cards
regard.
are left? That's
Yes.
the big one.
Yeah, 100%. Like knowing what cards are left, and that allows you, going back to earlier, to plan for a turn or two, or especially towards the end game. Those cards are probably in short supply,
Yeah.
and the ones that you actually can do are probably going to be getting slimmer and slimmer. So you want to make sure you're in a position to be able to do as many of them as you can to get it over the line, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's inverse to that as well. Like if your opponent still has assassinate and you're in like turn 4-5 and you're going to do something risky by putting out a character unit, you don't need to. Don't.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do you have
that's 5
overforce?
points, though.
Just Just leave objectives if you go and say.
Exactly. Yeah.
You go-
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good one. I know the last RTT I went to, I was playing against my opponent. We were at a dead draw. We were talking out the last turn, and we just were talking through it. And he goes, "Oh, what if I just redraw a card?" So we looked through his app, and he's like, "Cool, I have a 50% chance of getting 2 extra points." Well, talk through it.
Yes.
Flip the card. Yep, 2-point win. Done.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be really, really crucial at times, can't it? Just
Yeah.
knowing where the game is at for you.
It's big in singles. It's big in teams as well because going from getting an extra single point might put you into a different bracket for your differential. So,
Or if it's round 3 and you're really tired, and it's a 5-point difference
Press
on
the
the
button
score,
wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes a draw become a win, doesn't it, Ben? That's what
It
we had
does.
at ITT, and
It
I
does.
still feel I feel guilty, not because it went like wrong, but because it went wrong and ended up being fine for me.
Yeah.
Because we corrected it. But that's awful, right? Like, you can feel that guilt, but
No, it
yeah.
shouldn't be a
But
lot.
that's important, right? But it's important, right? Because if you get things like that wrong, you're not just letting yourself down, it's your team, which is just like... So if both of us had been scoring in that situation, it wouldn't have even come up.
No.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one scoring because everyone's phones were flat by round 3.
Yeah.
It's just... oh, gosh.
yeah, Chazza, not asking questions before the game. So it
Yeah.
is a great bit of advice. I think when I've done some coaching clients, that's one of the first things. It's like, cool. What is the list of 5 questions you'll ask your opponent, and just
Is
have a
it uppy,
standard
downy?
5 points. Uppy, downy, advance and charge. What's your turn 1 charge threat range? Do you have
Any
any
fights first?
fights first? Do you have scary Overwatch anywhere? Yeah, it's just having a standard set of questions, so it doesn't increase your mental load. It applies to almost every army.
Yeah.
And just go, cool, where are the gotchas that I could just miss?
Because you don't necessarily need to have an in and out knowledge of a faction, but knowing they have access, like there is a Death Guard character that can give fight first and a strat that gives it. I know that.
Yeah.
I just have to ask them, do they have those things in their list? Just knowing the vague things and then kind of signposting it to yourself, it helps.
At ITT, I played Morty for the first time. He's a fucking wild.
Were you like,
wild
does he ignore
dog.
modifiers? And the guy was like, what?
It was wild. I played that, and I played Needguard Votan. And I think before I activated any unit, I went, if I shoot you, is something bad going to happen? Because I just lost track of what happens. I'm like, if I shoot you now, am I going to die?
Yeah, because the Votan Index had that whole shooting back angrily.
Yeah,
thing,
they've still got it in Needguard, so
that'll be why.
So the
I
land,
wouldn't know.
the
I
land
only play
forge-
Chaos Knights now.
Ah, nice. Team Wales tech. Ooh.
No, against them. It seems like all I ever seem to play.
Yeah.
It's
Don't tell me that. I don't want to play Chaos Knights.
all
You're
I seem to
going
play.
to make me want to rush paint my Eldari.
Do it.
I've got so much behind me if I want to change that.
Do it, Rob. Do
I'll stick with my little ladies.
it.
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
All right.
Have we scraped this barrel now?
I
I think the
we
barrel
have
is
a bit.
well and truly escaped.
So if you guys want to put any questions in the chat, we're going to do podcast questions. Obviously, if you put a super chat in, we will skip everyone else and go straight to you.
Yep.
If not, just wait your turn. But we'll be very
Shit,
slow.
shit.
But yeah. Have you guys got anything planned this week for hobby? Are you going and playing any games this weekend? Like, I know I'm going and running an event. I'm trying to play at it, but we've had a drop, so now I'm odd numbers, so I might not get to play still.
There'll be
But
another
are you guys
drop
doing
tomorrow.
anything? Yeah, there always is.
Not this weekend. I have a family weekend because ITC,
Nice,
and
nice.
then I'm at Nottingham next weekend, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. So
Ooh.
need
I
to. need to
would like to point out it is Leicester.
It is Leicester.
Leicester.
Please don't go
Keep
to
saying
Nottingham.
Well, he lives
I
there.
hope I bought the right ticket. It's from the right date.
So you've just made me think of another good example. Is
Go
playing
to the
too
right
much
event.
and burning yourself out is the best way to lose games. Because I kept finding myself, I'd run back-to-back weekends of Warhammer, and I'd get to like week 2 or week 3, and I'd be like, I don't even know how to play Warhammer at this point. Why am I bothering? And it's like getting that balance right so that you're not just playing games for the sake of it. especially if you're not learning any from it. I found like the amount of times I see people trying to play TTS games. Not this is not me having a jab at you, Rob, but I've seen people that just keep asking for games and they go, "Well, I keep losing and I don't understand why." Like, because you're not absorbing what's happened. You're just playing another game. It's like it's the best thing to do is like you do, where you break down and kind of go, "This is what was different. I need to change," and all that sort of thing. It's like learn from it and then maybe have a weekend off.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can't
hobby.
constantly do it.
No, it's a lot, isn't it? It is a lot.
There we go. We have a question in the chat from John Black. He said, "Is there any particular painting skills you're trying to learn, practice at the moment?" I am currently trying to learn to paint Breaker Boys because apparently painting them up for when they first got released very quickly wasn't good enough. They looked awful, so I'm repainting them essentially, and then painting my second unit because apparently I really like things that hit things hard that are vehicles. Because I keep playing into Chaos Knights for some reason, so I've got a slight bias.
I like that. That's cool. I am currently have been working on Mr. Old Harlequin man. I know that's not coming up all.
Is that a Troop Master?
It is the Troop Master. It's the
Is that
old
the
metal
metal
one.
one? Oh,
It's the
cool.
metal one. His legs have fallen off. They do exist.
He's
Right.
legless.
He's going so fast you can't see them.
Exactly. I'm trying to
Run
paint
pretty
it. It's not the Punisher. Not the Punisher. What's the clown? Art the Clown. What film's that from?
I don't know.
But it's a horror film with a black and white clown. He's called Art. And I
Yeah.
was like, I've
My wife would be
taken
shouting at me.
Yeah, get your wife in here.
obsessed.
Tell us what it is. But yeah, so I'm currently trying to do that and work out how to blend and highlight sort of black and white. That's a
Great
bit of a-
painting. It's interesting, isn't it?
It's an
Are you
interesting
basically
one.
painting dark grey and light grey?
Pretty
Is that what you're really doing?
Pretty much. And it sounds like a cop out, but it's an interesting one. Just painting in grayscale essentially is.
Yeah.
Less is more.
I've been painting this, which started off. Where is it? Ooh, it's a nice rainbow. It started off with, like you said, it's grayscale, so it's a zenith with like a grayscale highlight, then contrast over, to try and get like a rainbow Harlequin boat.
Are you thinning the contrast to do that, or is it straight from the pot?
It is slightly thinned. You don't need to thin it too much. You just do really thin runs over. And then I've got this other stuff. You chuck some gloss varnish over it, and there's see all the lines.
Yeah.
That's all just an ink, like no skill whatsoever. You just dab the ink in there, and it just goes straight in.
Yeah, I keep seeing people doing that on Instagram. I'm like, it looks like they're being very accurate with their pen, like the tip of their brush, where it just goes, "Bim," and it just watch it just go.
You jam it in there. You get it everywhere. Then use your finger to wipe off where you don't want it.
Is that like an oil spirit?
Yeah, it's a spirit based. It's like a pigment in like in spirit. So yeah, it's really good. So try oils. Try different types of paints. You don't have to use Citadel. Would be my go to. If you mess it up, just strip it and start again.
Yeah, that is something we can do.
Yeah.
Or buy a new one.
Or just do it on really old stuff. All your old Legends units you never got to actually use.
Yeah,
Rising
the
from the
Archon.
tests.
All those Urgals on the wrong size bases.
25 meters. 25 meters.
25 meters.
Classic. Right, that has been a very snappy little show. I'm sure next week will be some sort of epic long video because Tom will come back itching going, you guys did a really short one. I want to do a really short one. And then it won't be because...
It'll be 3 hours.
You know what happened. It'll be just a short tier list where we do all of the tiers or something like that.
We're going to do this in 2 parts.
Yeah, and then we do
That
it...
worked out last time.
Yeah, it did. But it was because we just made it up as we went along, right? It's like-
That's not usually what we do at all.
But yeah. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Cheers. Bye.